Alright, it's Monday, and Monday afternoon. Matt's out of school today. So we decided to build a 5-sided box to go on the outside of our fan to catch all the overspray. Mainly because our neighbor parks a black G35 down by the road, and it's not too far, so we've got this old beater Volvo that belongs to us, and not too much worried about it, but don't want to mess up the G35. Alright, so we went to the paint store, picked up 2 new masks for me and Matt, and a suit. So we're getting there. Should be painting later today. Alright, there's our 5-sided box to catch up most of the overspray. We intentionally left a few gaps in the box just to keep it from being a serious restriction, but hopefully that'll work out pretty well and keep from coating the bricks on our house and everything, and the cars on the road. Pretty discreet, you know. From the road, the road's down at a lower level. You can barely see it's in there, and we'll take it down at night when we're not using it. All right, well, you can see the booth is pretty much ready to go. It's kind of hard to see through, so and then once it gets a lot of overspray in there, it'll be even more difficult. So we had a piece of extra Lexan laying around, and there's Matt. So we use this last pane down here to put Lexan up, so we'll be able to film, and I can signal to him if I need anything to be handed to me or whatever. So anyway, worked out pretty good. All right, we'll show you more later. Alright, well, we're all set up out here with our mixing station just outside the booth, and over here we're set up with to clean our guns and all in this area as we change guns. It's kind of messy over there, but it'll work for cleaning our guns. And here's our observation window. Matt out there doing some wax and grease removing. We wet down the floor, cleaned off our air hose. I was going to get another air hose, but just decided against it. And Rob, you were right, buddy. Here's what's happening to the door with the fan running. It's just sucking everything right through it. And see how it's pulling the, well, I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll come in here and back away. See how it's pulling that doorway out and letting all the air out through it. It's still pulling through the filter some, but we got to fix this over here long term. Now that's pulling that air from the inside of the house, which is filtered as well, so it should be cleaner, but not as good as we'd want it to be. So we just wet down the floor, doing a little wax and grease removing, and we'll get ready to paint here in just a minute. overspray container worked very well. There's no overspray on anything anywhere around it, and you can see all how red and pink it is now. So it worked out really well. We also got lucky. We got this on there we just finished up with the last coat of clear. Got lucky that the battery charger overheated right at the very end, and the fan shut off, and we're just kind of running the fan just to kind of continue to pull a little bit of stuff out of it. And this is the battery charger that we're using. I guess it just not heavy duty enough to hang in there with it. It overheated, and I mean, I think it'll be fine once it cools off, but we're gonna have to come up with a different plan when we paint the car for sure. So we'll go in and give you guys a look at what we did. There's your gun, bud. That's after 3 coats of candy and 3 coats of clear. Got it cleaned up pretty good. Got a little bit of a pink to it here and there, but for the most part it's clean. I'll have to say, when you mentioned a couple of times in your videos that you basically couldn't run, make the gun have a run, I just, I didn't believe it. I was like, well, let me try it and I'll show you how to get a run out of it. But you really couldn't. I mean, the thing just, I had to go a lot slower with it. And, I made a quick pass across this deck lid, and you may have saw it in the videos, and it just didn't look like it covered well with the candy, so I came back slower and went real slow with the clear. You get a pretty good idea of the clear, how this is going to look on the final result, because this is all blocked out. This section, all this, the rest of the jams are just, they got little dents and stuff in them. We didn't body work these doors at all, the jams of the doors, but these are going to be on the external part of the car. And so we had to paint those, even though we're going to scuff them and repaint them again once we get them installed. So all in all, it turned out really good. Our booth turned out really good. There's a couple of pieces of specks of stuff here and there. There's one right there that you can see. And there's a couple of others I noticed here and there, but all in all, compared to like how we normally do our test panels, it's like night and day difference. So Darren, thanks for the gun. It really worked out well. And also some of you guys, Matt, Slow SRT, and a few others pointed out that I really needed some kind of something to catch the overspray, and that worked out really well. Matt's in here checking it out.
Yeah.
What do you think, bud?
It's really good.
He's liking it. He likes the paint booth and did a good job keeping everything clean and prepped. And we used 3 different guns, as you saw there. And so those need to be cleaned, taken apart and cleaned between each pass on that. So, all right. Well, that's enough rambling. We'll get these out of here tomorrow night and get the car in and do the jams on the car tomorrow. Well, probably Wednesday night. We'll probably get it all prepped and masked tomorrow night. It'll be a bigger masking job, and then paint it on Wednesday night. A little bit of a mess back here to clean up, but all in all, worked out pretty good. All right, thanks guys.